Big news. Out of Pittsburgh, the Steelers could be eyeing a veteran defensive lineman for 2025. In a surprising turn of events, Pittsburgh Steelers fans may be in for a significant off-season move, one that could shape the team's defense for the 2025 season. A big trade or acquisition is reportedly on the horizon, with the Steelers focusing their attention on adding a veteran interior defensive lineman to their roster. This comes after Pittsburgh has already made notable strides in free agency, addressing key areas of need and preparing for the draft. However, the off-season is far from over, and the team is still looking to bolster its defensive front. Despite the Steelers' efforts to improve in several areas, one glaring need remains: the defensive line. Addressing the defensive line, what's missing? In a recent segment on Pittsburgh's 93.7 The Fan, Steelers insider Mark Kaboly shed some light on this situation, sharing his insights on the team's plans moving forward. Kaboly suggested that the Steelers might target a veteran interior defensive lineman, specifically a player who could anchor the middle of their defense. His comparison? A player with the size and experience of someone like Calais Campbell. While Campbell may be a bit older, his ability to clog up the middle and provide quality depth is something the Steelers could certainly use in 2025. Kaboly went on to explain that the Steelers wouldn't necessarily require Campbell to play every down. Instead, they could use him for around 20% of the snaps, focusing on specific moments where his presence would make a significant impact, especially in run defense. This would also give the Steelers the flexibility to experiment with the positioning of their younger defensive players, most notably Keanu Benton. Benton, a promising rookie, struggled to develop as expected in his second season, so Pittsburgh might look to move him outside or explore other ways to maximize his potential. A defensive line in transition. The Pittsburgh Steelers' defensive line is entering a critical period of transition, which makes the need for additional help even more pressing. With veteran defensive leader Cameron Hayward nearing the end of his career, the team is facing an uncertain future along the defensive front. Hayward has been one of the most consistent and dominant forces on the Steelers' defense for years, but he is 35, and his retirement could be imminent. To make matters worse, Larry Ogunjobi, another key piece of the defensive line, was cut and signed elsewhere before serving his suspension in 2024. The Steelers have high hopes for Benton, a second-round draft pick in 2023. But his second season didn't live up to expectations. Despite his potential, his development stalled somewhat, leaving the team to reconsider how best to use him. As the defense looks to improve, experimenting with Benton's positioning could unlock new opportunities for both him and the team. And let's not forget the significant struggles Pittsburgh faced last season, particularly in their wild-card loss to the Ravens, where their defense was gashed for nearly 300 rushing yards. That performance was a glaring indication that something needed to change. The Steelers' defensive line was outmuscled, and that's a trend they cannot afford to continue if they want to compete at a high level in 2025. To be effective against the run and to create more pressure on opposing offenses, Pittsburgh will need a powerful presence in the middle of the line. Enter Calais Campbell. a perfect fit for Pittsburgh's tough physical defense. Given the current market and the lack of available top-tier interior defensive linemen, one name continues to stand out: Calais Campbell. Despite being 38 years old, Campbell remains a dominant force in the NFL. Known for his imposing 6 feet 9 inches frame, he's one of the most physically gifted players to ever line up on the defensive line. Over the years, Campbell has become not only a key pass rusher, but also a special teams specialist with a remarkable knack for blocking kicks. While Campbell may not be the same player he was in his prime, he's still been highly productive in recent seasons. He started all 34 games over the last 2 years, showing that he still has plenty left in the tank. Most recently, he switched from playing defensive end to defensive tackle, a move that has allowed him to extend his career while continuing to make an impact. If the Steelers were to sign Campbell for 2025, they wouldn't be asking him to be the dynamic pass rusher he once was. Instead, they would rely on his size and strength to help stop the run and clog the A-gap. His job would likely be to occupy blockers, force running backs outside, and give Pittsburgh's edge rushers more opportunities to wreak havoc on the quarterback. This is exactly what the Steelers need: a big physical presence in the middle of their defense to disrupt the run game. Campbell's ability to hold the line and prevent running backs from gaining traction would be invaluable. Moreover, his veteran leadership and ability to mentor younger players like Benton could be a huge asset. As a team that values toughness and discipline on defense, Campbell would fit right in with the Steelers' established culture. Special teams and mentorship, added benefits. One of the most intriguing aspects of Campbell's potential fit with Pittsburgh is his history on special teams. Over his career, Campbell has developed a reputation as one of the best in the NFL at blocking kicks. Given the Steelers' emphasis on special teams, an area where they've traditionally excelled, Campbell's ability to contribute in that facet of the game would be a major bonus. In fact, his knack for blocking kicks could be the kind of game-changing play that shifts momentum during crucial moments. While Campbell would likely be asked to play fewer snaps than he has in previous years, his experience and knowledge of the game would make him an excellent mentor for a younger, up-and-coming defensive lineman. If the Steelers draft a rookie to help shore up the defensive line, having someone like Campbell around to teach the ropes could accelerate their development. A low-cost, high-reward move. Another benefit of signing Campbell is that he wouldn't be expected to play a full-time role. This means that for a relatively low cost, the Steelers could get a high-impact player who provides depth and versatility. Given his experience and durability, Campbell could also be an ideal candidate to help the team weather the physical toll of the season, especially with Hayward's career winding down and the future of the defensive line in question. With Pittsburgh's defense needing a spark to get back to its elite level, adding a veteran like Campbell could be the key to helping them plug the gap in the middle of the line. He's a physical presence that could disrupt opposing running games, provide leadership for the younger players, and even make some big plays on special teams. For a team that prides itself on a tough, physical brand of defense, Campbell could be the perfect piece to complete the puzzle. Conclusion: a strategic move for 2025. As the Steelers continue to build their roster for the 2025 season, the addition of a player like Calais Campbell could have a major impact. With their defensive line in transition and a need for more depth and leadership, Campbell's experience and ability to control the line of scrimmage would make him an invaluable asset to the team. While other top interior linemen have already signed, Campbell remains one of the best available options, and his fit with Pittsburgh's defensive style is undeniable. In the coming weeks, Steelers fans will be eagerly watching to see if this veteran presence is added to the mix. If the team makes this move, it could be